G'day everyone, Bossman here from Dog First Aid Australia, here today to talk to you about wound packing. On average, a dog has approximately 7 to 9% of their ideal body weight in blood volume. An example of that is if you have a 30 kilo dog, they have approximately 2.4 litres of blood within their body. Once a dog loses approximately 30% of its blood volume, it can go into hypovolemic shock, which can result in death. An example of that, sticking with the 30 kilo dog, is if that 30 kilo dog loses approximately 700 milliliters of fluid, it can go into hypovolemic shock. Now, hypovolemic shock happens when there's a sudden or significant loss of the dog's blood or bodily fluids, okay, and its total blood volume drops, and it's always considered a life-threatening emergency. So next we'll look at why we actually wound pack. So what we're looking at here is our wound from the side view. We've got our deep set wound, here's our skin level, and we've got our artery bleed down the bottom here. Now, our traditional method is to apply a pad over the top with direct pressure pushing down on that pad in order to stop bleeding. Now, that's not real effective if we've got a deep set wound, and I'll demonstrate why. If we place that pad over the top, all that's going to happen is this big cavity we've got here is going to fill up with blood, and before we know it, that blood is going to come through that pad. Now, traditionally we're told to place another pad on top of that one. We don't remove the pad, we just place another one on top. What will happen again is that pad will begin to soak up that blood as well. It doesn't effectively stop the bleed, all it does is soak up the blood. Whereas with our wound packing here, what we're going to do is we're going to actually pack some gauze or a bandage, anything we can find, into that wound, pack it above the skin level, and then we can place our pad or a bandage with our direct pressure down. Now what that's going to do is it's going to apply pressure all the way down to the actual source of the bleed, and this is what's going to actually effectively control or stop the bleeding. So here we have our demonstration model here, and we can see we've got a dog profusely bleeding. Now what we're going to do is we're going to place our pad over the top, and we're going to demonstrate how quickly that pad will actually fill up with blood. As you can see, after a few seconds, we've already got blood soaking through that dressing, okay, before we're told to put on another dressing and still apply our direct pressure. Well, where wound packing comes into play is we're going to actually fill that wound, and you'll see how it actually stops the flow of blood itself. So we're using our bandage and we're packing it into the actual wound. Now if we don't have any gauze or bandage, we can use any fabric that's going to actually soak up fluid. Now once we get it over the skin level, okay, we're going to bandage that in place or hold that in place until we get to a veterinary surgery. And what that's going to do is by applying direct pressure, it's putting pressure on the actual artery that's bleeding, which is hopefully going to stop the bleed itself. So just to demonstrate how quickly a dog can lose blood, we had these containers both filled at the exact same amount, okay, which you can see is 700 milliliters. We lost 200 milliliters just in that short demonstration. Thank you for taking the time to watch our short video clip today on wound packing. Feel free to subscribe and like us down below, okay, and we look forward to producing some more short clips for you.